Hi, I'm Glenn Tinley with Marketplace Magazine and ITV Winnipeg. I am here for the February monthly address from the Mayor's office. And for those of you who watch this regularly, and we know we get quite a few views, we have switched spots today because...
To the left.
To the left. I don't know if I want to be on the left or not. So we've switched spots, so we're a little bit... I'm a little bit messed up this time.
I actually like you from this angle.
Do you?
Yes, I do.
Not
nice
many people
profile.
like me from either angle. But
come on now.
People like the back when I'm walking away.
No, you're fine. You're doing very well. GQ cover, in my opinion.
So, yeah. Winnipeg Men, maybe one day.
Even better.
I could be like Oprah and just put myself on the cover every issue.
Go.
We'd never sell any ads. So, let's just have a quick chat about, I want to recap State of the City. My opinion... State of the City address that you just gave a week and a half ago. I thought it was the best one that you'd given in terms of you seem to be very comfortable in saying this is, and I know you've always sort of said this, but this is what I got out of it. You were very comfortable in saying we live in a great city. I'm proud to be the mayor of this city. And we're going to build this city up, and we're going to do some great things here. And thank you for re-electing me again, because this is what we're here to do. And whereas in prior State of the City addresses, you did not almost want to put yourself out there as much, and I don't know why. I think this time you showed a different side that I was impressed with. And I know this is right off the cuff, so comment?
Well, of course, that's why we're here.
Yeah.
I mean, to be very frank with you, every State of the City address is different. As you know, this was just after an election. Mm-hmm. So the timing was different. And I thought it was time to let people know some of the wonderful things that are happening in our city and how we are moving forward. As you know, the media loves to talk about vision. Well, I've always said, vision is nothing without action.
Right.
And I was showing the action that's taking place and how we should be proud. And because there is so much happening. Not to say there's not a lot of work to be done, but there's so much happening. And other cities, it's funny how other cities see what's happening, but we who live here sometimes don't get it.
Well, yeah, because we live in the funnel, right? We live in our own box, and people always, when you go to other cities, so when you go to, you're talking to every other mayor across the country. When they think of Winnipeg, what's their opinion?
I got to tell you what's ironic. I go to other cities, and people will ask me about some of the ideas we've implemented because they're thinking of copying us. Okay. It's absolutely amazing. And of course, there's always the theory the grass is greener on the other side. I think you and I are mature enough to know that's not the case. But there's phenomenal opportunity here. Best cities to invest in, Winnipeg, first place. Mm-hmm. No one even talks about it. Yeah. A little blurb somewhere and that's it.
Yeah.
And what's going on in our downtown, the first, high-rise apartment in downtown, $45 million investment. The good things on Portage Avenue development and Main Street development, the new football stadium. It just goes on and on what's happening. And I think we should be proud of these accomplishments.
Yeah.
The bottom line is, I don't think we give ourselves enough credit. So I was just making sure that everybody knew there's a lot of good things happening right now.
It's interesting. You mentioned Portage Avenue and Main Street, especially with the United Way going up there. Now there's the I'm going to be wrong, Youth for Christ.
Facility for Excellence. Yeah, that's correct.
On Higgins and Main.
Winnipeg Regional Health Authority.
Winnipeg Regional Health. There's all this happening, and then Portage Avenue development, and then there was an approval for a new boutique hotel.
Well, don't forget all the housing in the Exchange District that's coming. There's a lot of units. We're going to increase that by 10%.
Well, there's a whole section there that's been approved and is under development and is starting to get marketed. So the downtown part of Winnipeg is really changing, and I go back to the city summit.
Okay, yes.
And listening to, and where I took inspiration from a lot from that was listening to Mayor of Kansas City, and I'm not going to recall her name right now.
Mary, she's no longer there. But Mary, No, it'll come.
Yes.
It'll come. She's retired now.
She was, and what she said about their downtown is they went in and they said, this is going to be a priority and we're going to do this.
And they invested a lot of money in that
A lot of
downtown.
money, and it revitalized it. And the big thing was housing that was mixed in terms of you've got a $1 million condo beside a $150,000 condo, but people out on the streets just having conversations because people are people.
Well, and they motivated the private sector to develop, to invest money, and that's what's happening here. The private sector is coming to the table and making significant investments. You know, is the city or Centre Venture acting as the catalyst or the stimulus? Yeah. And that's exactly what we should be doing.
Well, that's why they were put in place.
No
they're put there to help the private sector. Because it's a big risk and it takes time for things to play out.
Right.
And being in the private sector myself, sometimes you just look and you go, gee, that to start getting the cash coming back in, I don't know if the risk is worth it, but with some help and support.
There is, if you look at our downtown, if you look at Portage Avenue, East, the Exchange on both sides there's a phenomenal amount of things happening right now. Residential, taking vacant lots, turning them to high-rise parkades with the potential for more residential or commercial, whatever the case may be. It's happening right in our downtown, and it's a good thing, and it's long overdue. But it took a lot of hard work to get there, so you know what? Let's acknowledge it. Yeah,
no, and so go back to and that's what I think you did well. And I know that people, because I sent out a tweet afterwards and said,
oh, so you're the little tweeter.
Just came from the state of the city and thought something along the lines of thought Sam showed great vision. And I got some people back because I get this question a lot: is everybody wants, where's the vision? Like, where is the we're going to go here and here's the roadmap how we're going to get there. And I kind of I'm always trying to paint a vision picture, but it's different because you don't want to, I don't know, you can't say we're going to go here, because what happens if it moves along the way, right? So let me ask you this then. If in 3 years from now, whether you chose to run again and to be reelected again as the mayor of Winnipeg, or choose to go back to private life and get out of the public eye, although you were pretty much in the public eye and in private life, but that's another topic.
I love when you do the interview and you do both sides.
I know.
I love that.
I gotta stop talking.
I just want to watch you.
If in 3-4 years from now, if you were to look back and say, okay, this is my term that I was there, I was the mayor of Winnipeg, and I went from here to here, and this is what I think that we did.
Okay, well, yeah, I mean, first of all, you're right. I could never even for a moment try and speculate what's going to happen 4 years from now. That's the first thing. But a theoretical question, which I normally don't answer theoretical questions, but there's several things I would like to see happen. And so people, one, I want people to know that we do have a safe city and that crime has been drastically reduced.
Okay.
That is for sure. Number two, I want to see the downtown and Exchange development continue so that we have a significant mass of people living in our downtown, which will then bring all the amenities that we need, the grocery stores, etc., so people can live, work, and play right here. Okay? Won't need to even use a car. There'll be a grocery store there, there'll be a dry cleaner there, you work at the corner of Porter Germain, you can walk to work, whatever the case may be. That's extremely important. I'm hoping that the province gets on board so we can pursue LRT, light rail transit, so that we can be like Vancouver, Calgary, Edmonton, Toronto, Montreal, so we can say, hey, we have everything they have and more. And most importantly, that we do all these so that our young people are staying here because they truly believe we're we're a vibrant city with great opportunity for a future, and jobs are there. There's a lot of little one-offs you could name that get you there, but those are the things that I think this city needs to do, no question about it. And of course, I guess right at the top of the list for sure would be that we finally have our share of growth revenues so that we can make significant investment in our infrastructure deficit and catch up on that $3.8 billion that we need now. Someone's got to fight for that, and I'm happy to do that.
And is that You know, it's been, you know, maybe a 1% added to the PST or more. I mean, you're already getting the gas tax. That's a federal thing.
Well, we're getting a portion of the gas tax.
Right.
Yeah.
But so these are the things that you're trying to get more of?
Well, everything's open. I mean, but you know, listen, the bottom line is that, you know, when there's some things that you just have to stand up and fight for. Okay? I mean, the helicopter didn't come easy.
Yeah.
Which now everybody, you know what? I guarantee you, in 4 years from now, those who were dead set against it will be telling you it was their idea. I guarantee it, because now people are embracing it and seeing what it can accomplish. The cadets didn't come easy.
Yeah.
Okay, when I first went to Ottawa, because the gas tax could not be used for roads and bridges, had a fight to make that change. It didn't come easy.
Yeah.
Things don't come easy. You got to work for them, and I'm not afraid to fight.
Yeah.
So from my point of view, you know, things have changed. Okay, you know, the population is now in the city. Okay, used to be 100 years ago, it used to be a rural population. We get 6.5 cents out of every dollar. We all know that both the province and the feds are definitely coming to the table on infrastructure, but the bottom line is, based on 6.5 cents, can't be done.
Yeah.
So we need everybody to come to the table, and that's all I'm trying to do.
Yeah. So you got the population is more in the city, and the burden is there, but the revenues haven't followed.
We are unique compared to any other province.